I'm Heyzeus, and in this video, we're going to be looking at every time someone has sued Valve to try and shut down Counter-Strike skins. This has probably happened more than you think, and there has been some very serious attempts over the years to actually try and take away your skins. What ended up happening to these lawsuits? Well, let's have a look. Now, this video is brought to you by Skinport, the easy-to-use skins marketplace where you can sell your skins for real cash. Skinport has a huge range of skins, over 1.5 million of them, at prices miles better than the Steam market. And not only is it much better value, but there are zero fees if you're a buyer. If you see a skin for $100, you're going to be paying $100 for it, and that's it. If you're a seller, payouts are sent directly to you in your local currency, and a ton of countries are supported. Fees range from 12% to 6% on higher value items and only 2% on private listings, making it a fantastic middleman service as well. And it's also safe. They've been operating for years and they've got a 4.9 star Trustpilot rating. It's a great site, check it out, link is in the description. So the first lawsuit against Valve to shut down skins was filed by a guy called Michael John McLeod in 2016. Michael had lost a couple of Asimov's gambling skins, so in response he filed a lawsuit asking for money, and more money, but also calling for Valve to cease and desist the practices in the complaint, which would have meant disabling skins. Now, this suit got a lot of attention, not because it was holding Valve to account, but because it was fucking terrible. The case starts off with some irrelevant waffling about esports before claiming that skins were specifically invented by Valve to enable gambling, and that literally all of CSGO's success is because of gambling. This is then followed up by boldly claiming that Valve take 15% of the money whenever a skin is sold on a gambling site, which is not just wrong, but it doesn't even get the Steam market fee right. The fee is actually 12%. It then states that Valve actually owns CSGO Lounge because you log into the site with your Steam account, even though the login page literally says Lounge is not affiliated with Valve, before claiming that Valve apparently gave CSGO Lounge and CSGO Diamonds and OP skins money. No source on that one, by the way. It then accuses Valve, Lounge, Diamonds, and OP skins of engaging in racketeering under the RICO Act, so criminal activity, since January 2013, which is 8 months before skins even existed. It's also a terribly written case that's very difficult to understand, and based on that, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Michael John McLeod was just some no-life loser looking for attention with a dodgy legal case. But the second case against Valve was filed by a concerned mother in Florida in July 2016. The case started with some irrelevant waffling about esports before claiming that skins were specifically invented by Valve to enable gambling, and that literally all of CSGO's success— Wait, isn't this the same lawsuit? Well, yes, it is actually. This is pretty much the same lawsuit aside from one major difference, and that difference is that Team Martyr and Syndicate, who've been caught up in a major scandal since the last lawsuit, have been added as defendants. And the reason a second, basically identical lawsuit has been filed is because the person behind this lawsuit wants attention, and the person behind this lawsuit wasn't a concerned mother in Florida. It's actually someone called Jasper Ward. Is a Kentucky-based lawyer from a firm called Jones Ward, and also the mastermind behind this entire thing. The initial filings were basically just launching pads for a class action that Jones Ward advertised on their site, and Jasper was also interviewed by the media on multiple occasions to raise awareness of what he was doing, including an interview where he directly said he was going after the cash value of skins. Why was Jasper doing any of this? Well, the most likely explanation is that he wanted to try and make a name for himself by winning big in a lawsuit, which is completely fine. That is what lawyers are meant to do. What lawyers are not meant to do, though, is launch a lawsuit that has holes in it so big you could drive a truck through them. And after his case was torn apart by Redditors, it quickly moved on to being torn apart by the courts. I can't find anything about what happened to the Florida case, which is probably a sign that it never went anywhere, but the McLeod case was immediately turfed out by a Washington judge who pointed out that Jasper hadn't bothered reading the RICO Act properly and also hadn't bothered proving his clients lost any money. Not to be deterred, Jasper then refiled the same case, this time in a federal court where the rules were a bit different and the case wouldn't be thrown out right away. Not that it helped, you see, it turns out the Steam Terms of Service say that if there's a dispute, that dispute has to go to arbitration, and the arbitrators read the shit show of a legal case in front of them and sided with Valve. But this didn't stop the lawsuit. No, its zombified carcass actually bumbled on for another 4 years as the plaintiffs tried every stupid argument they could think of to try and get the court on their side. The final claim wasn't dismissed until early 2022, at which point the argument had gone from Valve is involved in a vast criminal conspiracy to my credit card bill doesn't tell me that my child used his Steam funds to open cases, so Valve owes me money. It was a dumb end to a dumb lawsuit made by dumb people who really should have known better. In September 2016, Valve received a letter from the Washington State Gambling Commission, the Commission for Gambling in Washington State, if you're wondering who they are, and being a government entity, the commission was obviously much more of a threat than some random lawyer from Kentucky, and speaking of threats, well, that's what this letter was. The letter accused Valve of facilitating illegal gambling on Steam and stated that they had until the 14th of October to stop skins from being used by gambling sites, and if they didn't comply, they risked being sued or even charged with a crime. Now, to comply with this letter, the only thing Valve really could have done is disable skins trading, which would have instantly destroyed the entire skin economy, and if they didn't, well, the commission was literally threatening their staff with jail time. People were worried this was serious. What was Valve gonna do? Well, on the 14th of October, we didn't get an answer because Valve didn't bother responding by the deadline. That's right, Valve literally gave the government a taste of Valve time. And when Valve's response finally did arrive, they were not fucking around. Valve bluntly denied doing anything illegal at all, passively aggressively demanded the commission explain what the fuck they were talking about when they threatened criminal prosecution, and finished up by saying there was absolutely no way they were going to turn off item trading because that would hurt their customers. And in response to this letter, the Gambling Commission said absolutely nothing and kind of just went away. Now, this whole sequence of events might seem insane. A government body makes a bunch of threats, Valve tells them to piss off, so the government body pisses off. But the truth is, the Gambling Commission probably didn't actually have a very strong case against Valve, and I think they knew this. That's why their letter to Valve was so threatening, because they didn't actually have a way of forcing Valve to comply, so the only option was to try and scare them. But instead, Gaben and his 6 Gins stared them down and the letter went absolutely nowhere. But the State Gambling Commission weren't the only people in Washington who were looking to send some bogus threats to Valve. There was also the Quinault Nation is a federally recognized tribe located in Washington State. They run a casino that makes a lot of money, and in April 2019, they sued Valve to shut down skins and seize all the money Valve has ever made from them. That's reasonable. Well, I'm sure they must have a good argument. So they started off by declaring that Valve have apparently been providing technical support for gambling sites before claiming that skins were deliberately invented by Valve to enable gambling, and that all of CSGO's success is wait, hold on, who wrote this? Oh my god, fucking hell. Okay, so it turned out the guy behind this new lawsuit is none other than Jasper Ward. Had his legal skills improved since he first started suing Valve in 2016? Well, he's not claiming that Valve was secretly giving gambling sites money anymore, so that's a good thing, I guess, but his bad habit of not doing his fucking research doesn't appear to have gone away, because his whole argument that Valve is enabling gambling in this lawsuit hinges around OP Skins. OP Skins being a site that had been shut down by Valve an entire year before this case was launched, specifically because they were working with gambling sites. There's also a lot of butthurt in here as well, like he actually accuses a Valve employee of bashing his lawsuit at one point. So what ended up happening with this not terribly original new case? Well, it is unbelievably still active, 5 years later, tied up in procedural hearings. I can't tell what's going on exactly because I can't read the documents themselves, but it doesn't read to me like it's been a terribly successful lawsuit. Still, technically, someone is still suing Valve to delete your skins, they're just not doing a very good job at it. Now, having read all these cases, what I will say is that the people behind them probably are motivated by genuine conviction rather than personal gain or anything like that. The problem is they're also incompetent, and it doesn't matter how good your intentions are, if your lawsuit is shit, it is going to fail. Would someone more competent get better results? It's possible, but so far nobody competent has actually tried, and if there's one thing above anything else these cases have shown, is that Valve will fight to the bitter death to protect your skins. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your guts. I'm Heyzeus. Thanks for watching. See ya.